Ghana's new Galamsay king. So from Ghana's new stolen car king, this is Ghana's new Galamsay king. Do you know him? He's called Joseph Yamin. He acted as the deputy sports minister a few years back, and he made some really controversial remarks. And I remember these remarks every time. Ghana had qualified for a certain tournament. I want to believe that it was the World Cup. And he came out and said, Ghana will be presenting some cheerleaders and chair people to go and cheer the Black Stars on. Jama Group. But he made it clear that no member of the opposition, NPP, will be part of the chair team. It will be strictly NDC. A Ghanaian activity. It's not a party activity. Brother here said it is only going to be NDC people. At that point, I was shocked. I couldn't believe that a man could be bold enough to show how much biased and unpatriotic he could be. Yes, NDC people are Ghanaians, but they are not the only Ghanaian people we know, right? And we have. Am I right? So for a man to come out and say, yes, Ghana has qualified for a certain caboodle, and it's only my party's people who are going, even though it's Ghana's money that is going to be spent in taking them there, I find it troubling. My brother, my sister, this is Joseph Yamin. I met him before, but we never spoke. I think we just said hi. And he looked quite humble and respectful, even though we never spoke. You know, sometimes the mannerism is enough to tell you that, oh, this guy is a cool guy. In fact, we greeted each other from afar, just by hand gestures, and I felt that he was respectful. I could tell. This is Joseph Yamin. My brother, my sister. He seems to be a die-hard member of the NDC. But through people like this, if the NDC is not careful, it's going to get very, very unpopular. A couple of days ago, we played you a video in which Joseph Yamin seemed to be glorifying Galamsay, illegal mining. He has been fingered as a Galamsayer by no other person than the Attorney General, Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, doctor. And Dominic Akuritinga Ayini has asked the Iyoko to investigate him. In fact, the minister for the environment is also in support of this investigation. And we had utterances from Joseph Yamin. To wit, do you know how the party got money to campaign? Today you are calling some miners illegal miners. Without the so-called illegal miners, the party would have never come into power, and you, a minister now, would never have been a minister. And of course, he might probably have been referring to the minister, Kofi Amabua, Minister of the Environment. Now, the minister who is in the most critical position right now is the Minister for Galamsay. And I am talking about Emmanuel Kofi Amabua. It looks like all eyes are on him to make sure that this Galamsay menace stops. You know why? Because when they were in opposition, Galamsay was their biggest weapon of campaign. You see, a Tarunyankwa, who say Tarijia. Today is their turn. And Yamin doesn't seem to agree with the fact that Galamsay has to stop. There's a tape, a very short tape I want to play to you. Right after that, I'm going to look deeper into Joseph Yamin. My brother, my sister, in this tape, he's addressing a crowd. And he seems to be telling the crowd that whoever wants to stop Galamsay should think about one thing. Whoever wants to stop mining should think about one thing. Even in the church, when they are doing fundraising, they invite Galamsayers to come and donate money. So as they are donating the money and they are receiving the money, why do they want this thing to stop? Maybe the tree he spoke, I didn't understand. You listen to it and tell me if that's what he actually said. Watch this. Play it again. And he seemed to be addressing people who are pro Galamsay. He seemed to be addressing people who are pro Galamsay. Now, when you listen further to the tape, he also spoke to the president of the Republic of Ghana. He warned the president and told him, Mr. President, please, the task force that you are sending around to fight Galamsay is a joke. Why is it a joke? They are going around taking money from the Galamsayers and they are not doing any fight. There's absolutely no fight. They are just taking money from the Galamsayers and encouraging them to do more damage. So if anything at all, stop the task force from operating right now. Then he also said, then stop mining operations immediately. Interesting. Do you understand it? Mr. President, you are pretending to be fighting Galamsay. There is some group here. They come here and they say that they are fighting Galamsay. They are called a task force. Go and see what they are doing. They are actually taking money from the illegal miners and encouraging them to do more. The same way the churches he mentioned invite these Galamsayers for harvest so they can donate. So it will be difficult for the churches to fight Galamsay. He seems to be pro Galamsay himself. He seems to be pro Galamsay. Now, he and a certain guy called Abanga from the NDC, it looks like they are the kingpins, the face of Galamsay in Ghana right now, according to Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, your Attorney General, and your Iyoko boss, Raymond Archer. Will the fight against Galamsay come to an end? Joseph Yamin says the fight is a joke. The task force only goes out there to take money from the people and nothing is happening. They are still doing the Galamsay. He is the same person who said he could have taken an appointment from the president, but he decided to opt out so that he would work underground to see the party succeed. Seeing the party succeed, is it only through Galamsay, or is the Attorney General wrong? My brother, my sister, if the NDC, in fact, I don't even want to talk about the NDC, if the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, does not open his eyes wide and deal with this issue of Galamsay, the party is going to get very unpopular. You say you don't want to bring out and roll out the state of emergency because the economy will crash. What are you doing about illegal mining? Can you be ruthless on that? Now the task force going round, they are so unpatriotic. I don't know who recruits them. They recruit drug addicts, useless people who do not love Ghana. They are only looking for something for their drugs. Certainly, they will go and take money from these people. But this discussion, my brother, my sister, the party in power, the NDC, has to look at it seriously. I prefer going hungry and the water bodies are clean. The plants are fresh and giving us fresh air. 2, filling my belly and drinking poisoned water and having all the plants die in their droves. Have you so soon forgotten that the day the last plant dies, the last human being would have been dead 100 years back? Have you forgotten so soon? Is mining the only way we can make money for our country? Or are we that lazy in thinking? What happened to farming? All the cash crops are now useless. What happened to your cocoa? Can't you plant coffee in Ghana? What happened to the bananas? What happened to the yams that we were importing? Why? We have to destroy the land before the economy can stand on its 2 feet? Like Nanabo, Dankwa, and the rest state, and yet they couldn't even salvage the economy. Let's be more critical of our activities. Let's be more serious and think Ghana. Or else, the stolen cars will keep coming into the country. The Galamsayers will keep coming into the country from China and such other countries, and will watch our country die a very miserable death. And we will not sit down and watch it. We shall take up arms. I promise you that. The youth will join me. We shall take up arms. I won't go any further. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power.